Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with another video here on the weekly reset that's happening today. In today's video, we're going to be going over all the upcoming updates and changes to come, in addition to some key events that are also going live this week. As per usual, if you guys want to stay up to date with Marvel Strike Force content, crush these events completely free to play just like myself. Make sure you follow along, hit that like button, and give the channel a sub for future videos just like this. So, first and foremost, let's talk about the things that are ending up this week because at Reset, these are the ones that are going to be expiring. Big one, obviously, being the main Swamp Showdown that has been happening here for the last 7 days. And as you see, time recording, we have less than 8 hours, but hopefully you guys were able to capitalize on what you were able to in terms of the milestones. There were some juicy ISO 8 ions you can get, Crimson Gear, and so forth. Personally, for myself, my objective was always aiming for the Nimrod shards, which we were able to capitalize on and achieve his unlock, in addition to a bit of a boost there in the ISO 8 ions, which actually helped me to finish up Dark Dimension 8 and ultimately unlock Odin. So make sure you guys write this one up, just because it does utilize the ISO 8 energy, showcase energy, and so forth. And then obviously, if you were involved in war, you getting those bonuses from those 3 teams was pretty pivotal here. We have the changing of the battle pass here, actually being the last one here for Ares, and Juggernaut Zombie is actually going to be the next character getting featured here. So if you're looking forward to that new Undying team, I know Zombie Scarlet Witch is around the corner here. That's a nod to her, and as well, obviously, having more of these Undying characters. We'll see in the coming weeks if there's going to be more of these Undying characters getting featured, like Zombie Iron Man, but you could already farm him in the game. So really, it's Zombie Juggernaut, and seeing ultimately if he's going to get a landing spot going forward into the future. And we will see how Scarlet Witch's event is going to be, but because of her being classified as an epic character, I don't suspect there's going to be a lot of shards with her, as this is an opportunity for Scopely to capitalize on some revenues and monetization. There's going to be a Void Knight Blitz event, so not really an event there, just because of the fact that some good free shards if you're able to capitalize on Blitz, but otherwise, I mean, most of these characters are already farmable. We have the Zombie Invasion event, so if you head over to Milestones, I did a breakdown video on this yesterday, guys, and just a big heads up, right? This is the main event for this coming week here, but to be honest, it's really a non-event. It's a leaderboard that's meant to trap your resources. It's meant to utilize and waste your resources before the Astral team comes. So, you know, first of all, it's the Man-Thing Diamond, so who cares about him? You can already get the Mystic section done with the 4-piece. But as well, for those of you that are looking into the ISO 8 ions, this is the only time that I would then consider, if you want to do well in this event, is, you know, getting placed in the top 5,000, top 10,000 for ISO 8 ions, and you get an extra boost there with crystals as well as ions. That's the only time I consider. Otherwise, basically, for my breakdown video yesterday, my game plan anyways is I'm just going to focus on getting the monthly event. So that's this bunch of garlic right there on milestone 14, 79,000 points. Should be free to play, achievable, as these events usually are pretty minimal. But it's whether or not you want to, you know, obviously core and go beyond that, right? Because this is a power core spending event as well. As you can see, it's a 1-point conversion. When you spend the Dead of Night energy, which is the showcase, it's also 5 points per. So in my video yesterday, anyways, I broke down that you don't need to core or do anything to actually hit the minimum here. And that's what I'm going to be sticking with, because after this week, it's probably going to be the release of Astral team, and they're going to be the next kind of meta game-changing team, especially with them being the first that's getting featured in Siege on Battle World. That's why I wouldn't recommend using anything for this event, guys. Save your resources, save your cores, unless, like I said, you're so close to Odin that you need to get into the top 5,000, the top 10,000 ions. That would be a different story. If you're just 1 or 2 tunes away from actually pushing and finishing Dark Dimension 8, by all means, I think that would be the opportunity to do so. Otherwise, guys, I'll link my video from yesterday. It's a pretty quick calculation overall, but in case you guys wanted to see the breakdown, it's an easy event, but just be mindful of that. In the event too, what's tied back is I don't see it in the preview yet, because usually they have it the day before, but it's the Hunger and the Thirst, right? So this is the Zombies versus Vampires event that's getting featured for the next little while here. So I don't see it getting actually previewed, but I'll make sure I have content for you guys going through it, because it does look pretty challenging, but I know it also requires you to have at least 1 Undying character or 1 Night Stalker character at gear tier 10. So that's kind of the caveat. Make sure you guys review your roster to see what's eventful there, because that's going to obviously be helping you go through. Otherwise, the other big component of the event is making sure that you have Night Stalkers to raid with, and that's going to give you some extra points there. Yeah, that's that in a nutshell is pretty much what's happening this week, guys. I mean, the same web milestone, which is the spending of candy in the store. That way you can get 400,000. It's going to add to the event. There's night raids, which is you coordinating with your alliance to do the raids, and that's been an extra boost in the ions as well. And guys, I probably will make a separate video on this, but I wanted to just point out how powerful Moondragon and Doctor Strange reworks are going to be now. And it's not effectively live because I don't even see them getting their Astral tag yet, but these characters are getting a healthy boost in stats. Maybe it's already live now, to be honest. I didn't check it in terms of where they were before, but this is the next team we want to focus in on. I think that's probably going to be the next team that I'm saving all my power cores to unlock, just because, like I said, they're going to be the first team featured on Siege on Battle World, and they're going to have specific bonuses. We have, obviously, the other two characters joining, in addition to Shadow King being the next confirmed legendary character coming to Marvel Strike Force. So, overall, lots to look forward to, and that's why you know, I would stress the importance of saving your resources if you can. That's how I've been able to manage effectively through Dark Dimension 7, Dark Dimension 8, and we just don't really know too much about this game mode, so that's why you want to be smart and not have to, you know, bring up every team unless you see what's required, right? But we will see, guys. They said that early speculation shows anyways, first or second week of November is when Battle World should commence, and I would suspect that around the same time we should be seeing Shadow King as well, because everything is kind of getting congested together. But yeah, just be mindful of that. I think the new Cosmic Crucible season also started as well, in case you guys haven't set that up. But yeah, just for future context there. And then otherwise, yeah, that in a nutshell is what's happening, guys. Not too much craziness. We get a bit of a breather this week with no power core characters. So I just want to stress once again, make sure you guys are doing as well as you can in Arena, as this has been a huge avenue of power cores to generate per day. And because we don't have a Red Star character this week, we can actually build up our resources for next week when the next or first Astral character is expected to be announced, as well as with the Red Stars and offers. So yeah, in a nutshell is the event, guys, unless we see Zombie Scarlet Witch, but we'll be back in the meantime to cover that as well. So that's the summary, guys. Thank you for your time as always. Let me know what your game plan is. Do appreciate you following along, and I'll catch you guys at the next one.